Hello trainers, we are back again this week in a very sunny day on a London rooftop, so do mind any of the city sounds, although we are still a very quiet city here in London so far. But let's go ahead and take a look at Fearow for today. If you like this kinds of videos, please drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified when new videos are up. I am planning on releasing one of these for every Pokemon in every generation currently released, so this might take a bit of time, and your support definitely encourages me to continue. But let's go ahead and get started. Again, we are taking a look at Fearow here, as you can see, and with Fearow, just as with Spearow, we actually only have the normal form currently released in Pokemon Go, so that is the only form that we will be taking a look at. Team Go Rocket has not gotten their hands on Spearow and Fearow as far as making them shadow corrupted Pokemon, and so therefore we don't need to take a look at a purified form, and the shiny form has not yet been released in Pokemon Go, so we will not be taking a look at that one at this time. But in the future, I do hope to return and take good stock of some of these Pokemon that do not have their different forms released in Pokemon Go. So let's go ahead and get started. This is a male Fearow. There are no differences between male and female Fearow, so I just went ahead and did a female Spearow and now a male Fearow. And as you can tell, the wingspan on this Pokemon is quite big. I am having to keep a bit of a distance, but it works out. So let's go ahead and look at the colors that cover most of Fearow's body, most of the wingspan, and most of its main body, neck, and face. It's a light brown, kind of a Eevee color, and kind of like a Pidgeot color. You then have the tips of the wings that go into a lighter creamy color, and I will try to take a look at an above look just to see that creamy color and what that looks like, what the feathers look like, that you can see at the bottom of its neck, starting on its back. So we also have they're quite sharp, the claws. Let's see if we can close in a bit. And so you have 4 claws with the pink feet for Fearow, and that same pink shows up on the beak. It is a very, very long beak. I would not want to get attacked by this Pokemon, and they are famously very aggressive, and that aggression can continue from Spearow and any grievances they may have had. And as you learned from last week, their disposition, they can be quite aggressive, and they can hold a grudge. So just be careful. If you ever wrong Spearow, they might come back whenever they evolve as Fearow, as they will be stronger and quite a bit more dangerous. You also have this really cool, I guess like a mohawk. It looks like a mohawk, but you have the top of its head that has these, let's see, 5 peaks, and it's a bit of a light red, almost orange color for this cool mohawk that Fearow has, and you can really see that mohawk and that beak. This is a very weird angle, but let's try and go around it and go towards the back. Although we might hit the wings, so we might go from this side, as we have a little bit more room. And let's take a look at the back. So you can see the back now, and you can see how that creamy color starts at the very beginning of the wings as they begin to span out, but it does stop, and it stops right before the tail feathers, the 4 tail feathers that you see. And those are really pretty much the main colors. With Spearow, you had a few more colors on the feathers, but it does continue that shading that you saw in Fearow, where the tips of the wings get another shade of color, and you can definitely see the layering and just how strong these wings are. I would definitely be careful if I was a trainer not to anger them or just do anything bad in any kind of way. And they are very quick. Just getting a few growls from the back, and let's see if we can get kind of like a lower perspective. You can see the bottom of that beak, and that might be a little bit hard to eat. It seems like it would get in your way quite a bit, that beak. But let's go ahead and go back to the front and not get flapped around by those wings. And you also have its eyes. They're very small eyes, and it doesn't really. There are some Pokemon that kind of emit some emotion through their eyes, but not Fearow very much, or not to me at least. But let's get a few growls from Fearow, and let's just see how close we can get. Don't want to get my eyes pecked too much, but yeah, you can see it's just moving. It's moving quite a bit. So he goes out of frame a bit, but you can see the chest. It's got those ruffled feathers and that light line right there. Just the very thin kind of. It almost looks broken, that neck and the small head at the end, but it's kind of like a slinky. Almost, it's like a slinky teenager. It reminds me of, but yeah, that's Fearow trainers. The bottoms of the wings, you can see the different layers as well, and this will be an interesting Pokemon to delve into its background. But for now, just getting a few last growls for now, and let's go ahead and play around with Fearow for a bit and give him a few treats for being such a good sport. Okay, trainers, we have gotten Fearow to settle down, and as you can see, those giant feathers have to go somewhere, and we have Fearow kind of paying attention and seeing what we're up to. They're watching us and making sure that we behave, obviously, because you don't want to mess with Fearow. They are at the ready. They look kind of ready to take off, honestly. But let's see if Fearow likes to get pet even just a little bit, because you always have to be good to your Pokemon. And there you have it. You have a small cheer from Fearow. They do enjoy this, and kind of like that you get a bit of a smile from Fearow. But I wonder what they will do when we get the treats out. Just like Fearow, just like almost any other Pokemon, they love their treats. So let's test out what they do with the raspberries, pinnap, and nana berries. And you can tell that Fearow is paying attention. Fearow wants that berry. So let's see what they will do for it. Are they gonna take off or kind of just waddle over to me? I don't know that they do. Uh-oh. Here they come. So they do take off a bit, kind of like Fearow, but we don't want to make them do that too much. So let's go ahead and give them the berry. They can enjoy it. And I'll get a new angle for the nanap berry, just because you can see them actually eating the berry. And it looks like Fearow wants another one, giving me that expectant look. So let's go ahead and give Fearow what it wants. So there you have it. They enjoy their berries, and Let's see how close we can get. We can't get very close. They are always at the ready, but this Fearow has been a good sport and we thank them for it. And for now, let's go ahead and call them back and we can go into further background on this Pokemon and see what new things we can discover, trainers. Okay, Fearow, come back. The official Pokédex entry for Fearow reads as follows. Fearow, a Pokemon that dates back many years. Drawings of a Pokemon resembling Fearow can be seen in murals from deep in ancient history. Its huge and magnificent wings can keep it aloft in the sky. It can remain flying a whole day without landing for rest. A Pokemon that enjoys flying. It uses its broad wings to adroitly catch the wind to soar elegantly into the sky. It's tough and has excellent stamina. It has no problem flying continuously for a whole day, carrying a heavy load. If it senses danger, it flies high and away, instantly. Fearow shoots itself suddenly high into the sky, then plummets down in one fell swoop to strike its prey. It fights using its sharp long beak to attack. The crushing power of its beak is tremendous. It has a surprisingly long reach, so it must be treated with caution. Fearow is recognized by its long neck and elongated beak. They are conveniently shaped for catching prey in soil or water. It deftly moves its long and skinny beak to pluck prey. It cleverly uses its thin, long beak to pluck and eat small insects that hide under the ground. Carrying food through Fearow's territory is dangerous. It will snatch the food away from you in a flash. In Alola, fish Pokemon are its prey. It can be seen circling above the ocean, searching for food. Trainers, we will now review Fearow in more detail and delve deeper into its background. Fearow show no visible differences between male and female. Originally from the Kanto region, they can be found in rock spires, near canyons, wastelands, and tall trees. Fearow often live with Spearow, but their flying capabilities allowed them to wander much further and find homes in different areas. In Pokemon Go, Fearow does not nest, but can be found in the wild on rare occasions, especially during partly cloudy and windy weather. Fearow are omnivores, but lean more towards eating meat than Spearow does. Fearow are top predators. They catch ground-dwelling Pokemon using their sharp eyesight and then swooping down and grabbing them with their powerful talons. For insects in the ground, they use their beaks to facilitate extrication. For fish, they either circle above the water or perch on branches by the water and nab passing aquatic Pokemon. They must be careful in this though, as predators like Feraligatr, Swampert, and Gyarados are always ready to strike. Fearow are also known to scavenge in urban areas, and after a hard day's work hunting and protecting their flock and territory, they do take some time to relax. In the Alola region, Fearow are known to frequent their local Oranguru bar. When serving them, keep in mind they are not fans of nanap berries, pecha berries, or tomato berries. They do love Belu berries, and a smart trainer or barkeep will know that mixing Belu and Durin berries for a Belu Durin smoothie will send Fearow over the edge and leave you a very happy and grateful Pokemon in the end. Fearow are largely independent and need little support from trainers, making them good choices for beginners. They are territorial and will threaten intruders with their sharp beaks. If you come across territorial Fearow in the wild, please note that they do back down if you prove you are not a threat. One step you can take to prove this is putting your Pokemon back in their Pokeball. This fierce protection on their territories when in the care of a trainer can translate into protecting teammates from danger. This helps trainers in the wild but also in double matches against other trainers. Between their large wings that allow them to fly effortlessly and strong beak and sharp claws, they are a strong and worthy opponent. Fearow are often maligned in pop culture as wicked and heartless fighters, just like Spearow is maligned for their bad tempers. However, many trainers who have raised a Fearow know that while wary and sometimes aggressive to strangers, they can be loyal and protective. They almost always fight when they see danger. Fearow are popular among flying-type trainers and are highly regarded by them. Fearow rule over Spearow flocks and help them to find food and roosting spots. They coordinate their flocks in times for gaining strategic advantage over opponents or prey. In pop culture, they have been seen as aggressive bullies, as a grudge held by Spearow can be continued when they evolve into Fearow. Sometimes their intimidation and fights with Pidgey and Pidgeotto can be seen as intense. One side always wins in these standoffs, and even if Pidgeot shows up to fight, Fearow can stand their ground and learn to move on when defeated. When Fearow is tame or raced from Spearow by a trainer, they can be friendly and sweet, so it is good not to see them as just bullies when they are either protecting their territory or fighting for their flock. The name Fearow is a combination of fear and sparrow. It may also derive from feather or arrow. In Japanese, its name is Onidrill, and that is a combination of Oni, meaning demon, and drill. The first 4 syllables can be taken to mean Onidori, meaning demon bird. Fearow takes after soaring and predatory birds. They have similarities to hawks, vultures, and storks. Fearow's physical appearance closely resembles a cormorant or an anhinga. Other characteristics shared include a chicken's comb and the long beak of a snipe. In color, they are close to the Goliath heron. My initial thoughts on Fearow were, well, this Pokemon is evil and fear is right there on its name, so case closed. To be fair, in pop culture, I had only seen Fearow attacking the defenseless, but come to find out through this research that they are quite funny and fair Pokemon who sometimes enjoy drinks with friends at Pokemon bars. That is definitely not the picture I had in my brain of Fearow before, and I would have said you were crazy had you told me that was your take on this Pokemon. I was also very surprised by hearing that Fearow is quite ancient and has been seen in murals from deep in ancient history. I heard rumors from other researchers that archaeologists in the Johto region found carvings of Fearow protecting the people of Johto. These are rumors and I could not verify, but I wonder if they confused the legendary Pokemon Ho-Oh with Fearow, as they have some similarities and from a distance they could be confused for each other. Like with Spearow, I have a newfound respect for Fearow after this research. To me, they seem like very hard workers who take on a lot of responsibility by protecting their flocks and finding them places to roost when on the move. A good example of great teamwork with a loyal and powerful Fearow happened when trainer Skylar's Fearow was seen prevailing over Team Rocket's tricks and using his strength and tactics to help Skylar through the balloon race. This level of teamwork and success is not easy to achieve with all Pokemon and their trainers. While they can be useful to good trainers, Fearow has also been used for bad deeds, such as with Rico, the Pokemon poacher, and his Spearow, who were eventually taken down by Team Rocket and Pikachu's Thunderbolt. This goes to show that Fearow's reputation is not only built by bad trainers, but also good trainers like Skylar. Fearow on their own with their flocks can be fierce, so trainers should always be ready. And keep in mind, if you have shiny things, they might steal them. So be ready for a chase or keep your shiny belongings put away. And speaking of shiny, I did not cover the shiny Fearow form as they are not available in Pokemon Go, but just as with the Shadow form, it will be interesting to return to this Pokemon for an update. Overall, I am happy that this research has allowed me to see both Spearow and Fearow as a more well-rounded Pokemon. I like and respect these two Pokemon now because of how resourceful they can be, like with Spearow and their calls for help, or how tirelessly protective they can be, like Fearow protecting their flock. I did not have good opinions on this Pokemon family before, but I have more respect now that I understand their behaviors. I hope that trainers out there feel the same way and remember not to judge a book by its cover. The temperament of many Pokemon, including Fearow, depends on their living situation and especially on those raising them. Okay, trainers, if I missed anything or if you have any thoughts on Fearow, please add them in the comments section below. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when a new video is up. I plan to release one every week with the goal of completing every Pokemon in every generation currently released. Please follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Pinterest, Facebook, and Twitter. The handle is @LondonInstinct for updates, posts, and stories. I am having fun featuring art submissions from trainers around the world, so feel free to submit yours too. Stay safe out there, and see you next week, trainers. Bye!